My name is Sowjanya and I'm working as a senior data scientist at Capgemini, Hyderabad. So I have done my course at 360DigiTMG on data science using Python and R. So my past experience was into the mechanical stream as I was basically into mechanical domain. Hello. Yeah. So I have almost 7 years of experience into training and research domain. Later, when I came back to Hyderabad, I tried to switch my domain into data science. So I have checked through few institutes that were with working with the data science, and then I got to know about 360 DigiTMG from my friends, and I have just inquired about the course and what is the curriculum. I have checked with the course curriculum and seeing that it is covering all aspects of machine learning algorithms, and seeing that uh, so seeing the different aspects of. Well, so with regard to data science training institutions that were there in Hyderabad, so initially when I came here, I have various doubts on which institute to take up. So only thing I have taken care in selecting my institute is checking with regard to the course curriculum and checking with regard to the trainers, their profile, their experience into data science domain, right? So taking all these aspects into consideration, I have chosen 360 DGTNG, so wherein we have exceptionally trained exceptional training department where they're having a huge experience and who are from IITs and IIM, and they are working as a practical data scientist, and that's the more advantage we have here. Rather than just training, they are into data science. They are dealing with various clients in various data science projects. So that would give a live exposure to various projects. So that's how I have chosen this particular institute for my training. And coming to the course curriculum as well, ASPRI is the module of the training that they are going to give us the credentials for, and wherein they have right from the scratch, right from the basics. So as I told you, I am from a different domain altogether. So I was able to cope up with the programming sessions. So right from basics, I can say is right from scratch, there are the programming sessions which helped in regard to gaining certain programming skills as well. And as I told you, thorough practice is required. It's not just completely dependent on the training. After training, you are supposed to spend a few hours more and just try to complete the assignments on time. So when it comes to assignments also, it's always good to complete week wise, at least in that particular week what all the concepts that were covered. It's good if you can be able to complete that by weekend, or if you're taking weekend training, good to complete on the weekdays. So likewise, if you can go week wise, it becomes easy. It will reduce your burden coming to the end, because meeting the deadlines for these assignments is really important for you to catch up for a live project. And taking up live project is important for you to understand the scenario on how an in a particular data science domain, how a project is taken forward. So there will be a mentor allotted for the live project. They'll be guiding you through every 2 days. They'll be guiding on the steps that need to be proceeded for that particular project, right from proof of concept and charter preparation, and then architecture preparation, and then getting into the development aspect of using Python coding, getting into the development aspect, and then finally building the machine learning model and deploying the solution. So all these stages of crisp DM project management methodology, we say, that will be very much thorough only when you get into a live project. So reading is totally different from doing the things. So that gap is covered in 360DigiTMG. Whatever you're going to do it in a live project, that is what you're exactly going to implement in a project when you're working in a company. So that is how it really helps. And then coming to interactive sessions, say with regard to trainers, you can have a direct contact with, and you can try to get a few tasks that you can additionally do, which will try to gain your skills, right? So all this will be helpful for cracking an interview as well. So when you're trying to crack an interview, the first thing you should have in hand is the preparation material. What I am expecting you should have is, first thing, with regard to statistical approaches, you should have sound skills, and then comes machine learning algorithms. It may be supervised or unsupervised. If you are totally into text mining, yes, you can also tell the interviewer you worked entirely in this NLP and text mining aspects. Otherwise, you can also say supervised or unsupervised, which you are good at. But mostly when it comes to data science, they expect you to have definitely both supervised and unsupervised machine learning skills. Along with that, chart out a certain list of packages and functions and the attributes that are used in Python and R. So whatever the tools that you mention in your resume are really important. Don't post anything in your resume with half knowledge. So once if you are placing certain skill or tool or a technique in your resume, you should be absolutely aware of that. Otherwise, don't just post anything about that, right? So that's my sincere suggestion. Your resume is what actually represents you, right? So in order to crack an interview, the first thing that should get filtered is your resume. So take all concentration to build your resume. It's actually your face, your profile is your face that you're showing to an interviewer, right? So that is how it gets scrutinized. That itself is the first step. Take care of all the basic alignment, the font sizes that you are using. So make it like a professional resume. Represent all your experience genuinely. That's nothing wrong from whatever domain you are. Never matter here in data science, because data comes in various domains. So data science is useful in various fields, including life sciences and healthcare, including biotechnology, including civil or mechanical engineering, or electrical or computer science background. So irrespective of your domain, data is there. Data should be processed. Data should be worked on and analyzed. So there is no preference for any particular domain, I can say. So that's the reason. Keep it simple. Keep your resume with all genuine aspects of what aspects of coding you work, tools and techniques that you have worked. So when it comes to a project description also, mention clearly whatever the project you have done, describe it in few lines, mention the tools, mention the techniques, and then explain about that, a little bit explanation on that particular project. And with regard to client, what you worked with, no need to specify. In most of the cases, client you worked would be confidential, but remaining aspects, what you worked, how about the results, which algorithms helped you, how, why you have chosen that particular algorithm, all those steps you can mention clearly in the interview. So once that gets shortlisted, then you can put all your efforts to clear that interview. And the first thing there is again confidence. How you can gain this confidence? First thing, if you're confident on the subject, automatically you'll get the confidence, right? So to be very clear of the concepts, it's always good to keep revising the concepts. My sincere suggestion is keep attending the sessions. Don't think your training is over. Even who are done with your training, try to re-attend the sessions. Re-attending the sessions will always try to keep you in track with the terminology that is used in data science. Or if any of the concepts are updated, you will have all chance to update your skills where and when it was described. So this is what the AI credentials that we have used, right? So with regard to the ASPRE credentials, we will have all the updated modules. So whatever the modules that you might have learned a few months back might be different from what it is there now. So with regard to that, to update your skills and to keep the terminology in mind, keep re-attending the sessions and then proceed with reference to your interview cracking. And don't just deny on attending the interviews. Don't be late to attend interviews. So when I joined 360DigiTMG, my trainer only told me one thing. From the, I can say within 10 to 15 days, you can get a very brief idea on what is this data science all about. From that moment, you can start attending your interviews. Success and failure doesn't matter there. You just try to face an interview. What are they asking? What are their expectations? So you'll get to know about all these things. So as per my trainer suggestions, I also attended in Hyderabad itself. I think 1 month after my course, I started attending my interviews with regard to Indium and few other companies I have attended. So when I attended those particular company interviews, at that time I can say my knowledge was only little, but you should have that confidence to face an interview first. Go listen, write a written test for that particular company. It's okay, you may fail, but you'll get to know what questions. So when it happened written test, they have asked me concepts regarding machine learning, but second round they have asked me all the questions with regard to SQL queries. So that which I was not able to crack. I didn't expect that SQL queries is there, and I was not able to crack that. And the second time when I attended a particular company, they have asked the certain aspects of cloud. So likewise, it differs from each and every interview that you're going to attend. And then after this, finally, I was able to crack interviews for Capgemini and HCL. So likewise, from beginning, when I was attending these interviews, it's just a gaining experience, right? It might be a success or it might be a failure, but it will let you know certain questions, what might be in this particular domain, what questions might be asked in this particular domain, or how to deal with that interviewer. Right, do's and don'ts of interview you generally understand only when you face it. It's different when someone's tell you about it, but when you face it, you really understand. So let it be 1 month of your course is done. Maybe only few techniques of data science you have learned along with the statistical approaches, maybe supervised or unsupervised, one aspect would be covered. No problem. Only post those skills in your resume. Just try to go and attend an interview first. And now if you see, because of the pandemic situation, you only have a telephonic round of interview wherein you can be even more confident, right? So what else you can hold is just the mind map you can hold for any quick reference if you need. And you should have a brief idea on certain packages and functions that are used in certain software too. Just face that interview. See, at the end of the course, say after 3 months, and after your live project, maybe after 5 months, if you're trying again from that time, if you're taking some time, it will be delayed. So try attending from the beginning, then by the time everything will be set. You'll get to know certain things. Okay, this also needs to be learned, or this particular approach needs to be digged deeper, right? So all those things you'll understand only when you try to face certain aspects. So first thing, trying to get your you can see, right, when you start posting certain resume in few web portals or your job portals or LinkedIn profiles, you can get to see how many actually are getting shortlisted. Okay, first step is getting shortlisted. And to do that, what better way you can make your resume? And then try to concentrate on how you are going to crack the interview, certain aspects. So quick interview questions you can start preparing on. Topic wise interview questions you can start preparing on just from the web portals directly. And if you have good connections in LinkedIn, that is also suggested. So even from the LinkedIn contacts, you can see in few of the major top-notch companies who are working, they're posting the interview questions online. So you can keep checking through that. And also the placement department at 360DigiTMG would help you in conducting certain mock interview sessions. They do conduct certain mock interview sessions to boost your confidence, and they'll also give the suggestions on what aspects you need to improve. So all this will be very much useful going forward. So expectations from the interviewers, I can say with regard to freshers, they will expect only in the basic level, because they can also still have the chance to train that freshers, right? So with regard to that, machine learning algorithms, basic knowledge on Spider or Jupyter Notebook, whatever you are familiar with, and programming skills with R, and then coming to statistical approaches and exploratory data analysis. So these are certain things which needs to be covered. And then comes experienced. So when you are experienced, usually they look in deeply into the project. So any data science interview that you are taking up, your first round will be explanation of all your projects. Maximum times they'll try to check. See, because data science is emerging very recently, whatever you know, maybe the other interviewer might also know only certain things. So likewise, it will start off with your resume, whatever tools or techniques you placed in your resume, whatever the projects you have placed in your resume. You mostly, your first round will go in with reference to the projects, and then comes with regard to packages and functions or attributes. So second round usually will be like they can test any of your data science, any of your machine learning skills, supervised or unsupervised. Randomly they can ask about any algorithm, what particular method, what particular methodology it applies, how it functions, right? So with regard to that, so likewise in Capgemini, I had one more additional round testing English skills at the last round. It's like a version test, I can say. So likewise, you can try to concentrate on certain aspects here. Now let me take a few of your questions. Just a moment, I need to check your questions. So most of the questions are from preparation of the interview, how to crack an interview, and is it okay if you're switching your domain? It's absolutely okay if you're going to switch your domain. And as I told you, all that you need is self-confidence, and you need to spend enough working hours, because from trainers part they'll already be done. We have exceptional trainers, and the way they carry out the live projects, that was really great. And they'll try to guide you in all the steps. If you want to take up a small task, take up a sample data set, work with that, try to produce that code, all that will happen. So only thing from your end is to spend maximum time on this, whatever the best you can do. With regard to the time spent, you can also extend. I know if it is a working professional, that would be a really tough job. But when you're trying to switch your domain out of your choice, you made that. So you need to spend enough time on that. So live project, please don't miss on any of the live projects. If one live project is done, you can also take up the next live project. Be in contact with these trainers and mentors, and then try to check through your references in LinkedIn, and keep adding more connections in LinkedIn who are from data science domain, and then you will be able to easily get in touch with them. In their chat window you can also ask for few references, and very strong placement department you have at 360DigiTMG, who will also guide you through certain steps of placement. So only thing from your end is hard work. You have to spend enough time on assignments, and additionally you're also supposed to do certain projects in GitHub and Kaggle. Likewise, you're supposed to build these aspects. Well, thank you all so much for joining this session, and all the very best for your future prospects. Thank you.